Christmas memories.
Hi everyone, welcome to Amateur Decorating Like a Pro. I am Catherine. I am so excited about Christmas 2023.
A Blessed Home with Kimberly Davis, and I have similar staircases. Whether yours is large or small, it's a major focal point. So we're sharing another collaboration with you guys this year. Her link will be in the description box. There's nothing like a little note left from last year to tell you where to start. This is the first layer of garland. I start at the bottom and I work my way up. You see how I'm bending the garland as I go? This garland has lights in it, and I'm adding extra lights this year, another row on top of that, because I noticed last year the garland was a little dark. The electrical outlet for the garland is upstairs. So for me to add the additional lights, I just plug into the light at the bottom of the stairs. Adding an extra row of lights makes a big difference when I'm adding the Sonoma garland on top. So now it's time to layer the Sonoma garland on top of the inexpensive garland with all the lights on it. I just pull it through between one of the spindles, and then I attach it to the inexpensive garland. I do not twist the Sonoma garland. I twist the inexpensive garland around it. And if you notice that utility clip, it sure does come in handy, because you do need an extra set of hands to get a project like this done. Another thing I try to do is make sure that the garland on top is flowing in one direction, sort of like a traveling vine all the way down the staircase. Oh, and I'm also working the additional lights, that extra row that I put on. I'm pulling some of those lights up through the Sonoma garland. As you can see, both garlands are curved along the stairs. Take note of the supplies that I'm using. You see the lanterns, you see ribbons, ornaments. You also see where I cut some of the new garland into smaller picks. I also added 2 larger lanterns. I tried to find some that were identical to the 5 that I used last year, but I could not. So I purchased 2 larger ones, and I did need to add some additional picks to them. So I got the larger picks and I score them with wire cutters, and then I just bend them back and forth, and that wire eventually just breaks. And then I just fluff them up so that I can attach them to the new lanterns. And that's all it is. I do singe that nylon thread that's a part of these picks. That way it's not fraying all over the place. It just looks like something's about to unravel. So just take a lighter or a match and just singe that nylon thread, melt it in place, and you won't have to deal with that. Or you can use your hot glue gun if you want to. And then finally, reshape the pick the way you want it to. I don't cut away pine cones because I may need those to cover up a zip tie or something like that. So just arrange it any way you want. These are the picks from last year. I just put them away, and now I'm going to recycle them. All I have to do is cut away those zip ties, and the ribbons and the berries will be removed. Remember how I attached them to the lantern? I just bent the end of it like a little hook, and it just clamped right onto the lantern. Well, we're going to straighten out that hook this time, because we're going to place the picks on top of the lantern instead of on the side. And I just love the fact that I use zip ties instead of the glue, so I don't have to worry about, messy little areas of glue left over from last year. That, I think, was a smart decision. Now, I'm not going to cut away this piece that I'm straightening out. You'll see what I'm going to do with it. You just never know. I might want to recycle these again next year. See? Ta-da! Now, when I'm working on a project, I like to work in stages. So I've got 7 lanterns. I added all of the greenery to all of the lanterns before I proceeded to the next step. And as you can see here, I'm just using a zip tie. You can attach it to the handle on the inside or on the outside. And that's it. I didn't realize I didn't tighten the angle on the tripod and I slipped out of range. I apologize for that, but I hope you do get the gist of what I'm saying. Now here is where I added in additional pieces to those pics. Remember those cut pieces from the Sonoma Garland so I could have a cohesive look? I created clusters of ornaments and I placed them on the Pics using floral wire. This is on the left side, but when you see the final result, you'll see it on the right side. I did go back and change this. This garland that I'm raving so much about is from Walmart. You can find it in my LTK shop. The link is in the description box below. That way you can go directly to the website. No looking around. I got you. This peacock ribbon is from Sam's Club several years ago. As a matter of fact, everything you see here that's peacock related has been in my supply for years. These candlestick holders are 5 to a pack, so I needed 2 more with the addition of the 2 lanterns. Just a little hot glue will do. I applied it basically to the center. That way when I pressed it down, it didn't expand over the edge of the candlestick holder. And here they are sitting on the stairs. They look very botanical to me. I love these colors. I didn't know how much I missed my peacock theme. I really don't know how I just skipped several years without doing this. But this is how I attach them to the stairs. I take that gold wire, which I get from Dollar Tree. I put them in place. Basically, it allows me to space them out, you know, and then make up my mind. Then I do the fishing line. Now you can do zip ties, the black zip ties if you want to, and if you can find them. I keep the remote control directly underneath the lantern, the first lantern, so I can easily turn them on and off. Well, I've added several pictures and video clips so you can see exactly how everything turned out. The sun was setting, the lighting was changing, so I just had to go with the flow. As you can see here, I added ornaments and peacock feathers and actual peacock ornaments all the way through from the top to the bottom. I love the ribbon, I love the ornaments, and I feel like this is just cozy. And when the lights are out and the candles are flickering, it looks really, really pretty. I'm so glad that I added that additional layer of lights. And I'm very pleased this year, and I hope that you like this idea. I think I will forever keep the garland along the floor. Now be sure to hop over to A Blessed Home with Kimberly Davis. Her video is ready and you know it is amazing. You can find the link in the description box of this video. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. I always start with the entrance and work my way through the rest of the house. I hope you will come along on this journey. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, stay in prayer and stay creative.
Making our Christmas memories.